Welcome to the dream world. Here, anything and everything is possible. The only limit is your imagination. What is a dream? What is reality? Only you can determine your own reality, and you alone must decide your fate. Be wary, friend, for the dream world can be deceiving. Do not believe in everything you witness here. Keep your wits about you and stay true in your beliefs. And with that, your journey awaits. It's time to find out what happens in a dream.
And I need a soundtrack.
What? JK, all good. We're fine.
All right. Quiet on set. Okay, we're live in 5, 4, 3. Roll theme music. Theme music rolling.
Hello and welcome to the Living Breathing Network. I'm your host, Alex Blosomdale. Today is a great day to be living and breathing, don't you think? I sure hope you stay that way for the show we have for you today. If you haven't heard the news yet, and it would be quite surprising if you haven't, there is a newly released book out called What Happens in a Dream. It was published barely 2 days ago, and it's already becoming a national sensation. Everybody's been talking about this book, wanting to know one important question: what really happens in a dream? And here to help us find out more is the author, Chelsey Knight.
Hi, Alex. Thank you for the introduction. I'm so excited to be here.
So, Chelsey, could you tell us, for those who don't know, what is this book about?
For sure. What happens in a dream is a collection of fictional stories based on some true experiences in my imagination. It follows multiple storylines of different dreamers who travel and explore a dream world. This book has something for everyone. It's got action, adventure, romance, thrills, and even some mystery. Throughout the stories, the reader is transported to happy moments, scary moments, and downright embarrassing moments. I don't want to say too much more without spoiling, but I love what was created from such a simple idea as dreaming.
Indeed. What a great summary of this book. Though some might say dreaming is not as simple as one would think. Well, don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back right after this commercial break.
It does not do to dwell on dreams, Harry, and forget to live.
For in dreams we enter a world that's entirely our own. Let them swim in the deepest ocean or glide over the highest cloud.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Before your warranty expires and your coverage is voided. This will make you financially responsible for all service repairs. Press 1 now if you would like to extend or reinstate your car's warranty, or press 2 to be placed on the Do Not Call list. Once again, press 1 now, or press 2 to be placed on the Do Not Call list. You can also call 304-1447.
Hey y'all, I'm out milking the cows. But you know what? Your call's so important to me that you could leave your name and number and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. So please, have a blessed day. Bye.
Marcy, this is Evelyn. And my number is 862. Today is my birthday. And sometime this evening we are going to go to the Olive Garden. If you and Larry would like to go, call me and let me know, okay? And I don't know yet right now what time, but we'll find out, okay? Bye-bye.
Hey friends, welcome back to another episode with your girl Mythical. I cannot wait to dive into this new and amazing book I just finished reading. Firstly, hello, welcome. If you're new here, I am the Mythical Book Dragon. I read and do book reviews for a variety of many different types of books. I mostly do read fantasy and romance books, and sometimes I do stream on Twitch with cozy video games. If you like any of that, consider subscribing and following me on social media. And you guys can probably guess from the title of this episode, we're going to be talking about the biggest book release of the year. And it's not even March yet. Like, what? Everyone's been talking about it, so naturally I'm not talking about it because there's no stopping a dragon from getting its gold. Was that a little bit too much? Probably, but we're gonna move on, okay? So anyway, I got the book a couple days ago, and I only just finished reading it an hour ago. I'm still reeling. This book is legit. Totally worth the hype. What Happens in a Dream, if you don't already know, it's by author Chelsey Knight. It's her debut novel, and that just means that it's her first big published book. And this book was released just last Tuesday, the 23rd of this month. And I'll try and keep this review as spoiler-free as possible, as I always try to do. But be warned, something could slip. Who knows? Potential spoilers ahead, but I try to keep these as spoiler-free as possible. So let's get into it. This is a synopsis that I pulled from the book itself. I kind of condensed it a little bit. So this is what I have. What Happens in a Dream is a novel described as a fictional fantasy read. It's a collection of short stories and narratives all based on dreams and traveling through the dream world. This is an immersive book filled with intrigue, mystery, and magic. So it's a bit cheesy, but this is my take. So from my view, this book has a little bit of everything. It's got the fantasy, science fiction, mystery, thriller, romance. I mean, it's just got something for everyone. And I love a good mix of genres. It makes the stories more intriguing that way, I think. But yeah, so as I said earlier, this book is a collection of short stories all based on one concept, dreaming. Though each story is unique, what with them all being in different dream worlds, they were all somewhat and somehow interconnected to each other, if that makes any sense. You'd have to read it to really understand what I'm trying to put down into words. But y'all know words are hard. But yeah, so there are tons of hidden Easter eggs and clues throughout this story, throughout this book. This is the first book in a while that's made me want to stop and get pens and highlighters to take notes. And I rarely, if ever, do that, especially on a first read through. Like, I'm definitely going to read through this again and like see if I can pick up on all the hints again and like mark them as I go. But like for a first read through, it's pretty impressive that Chelsey was able to do that. In general though, I try not to mark in books just because it doesn't feel right to mark in a book. I mean, I've gotten a little better about doing it now, but like for some books, no. I'll take separate notes in a separate journal. And because dreaming is more of an abstract concept and the ideas we have on dreaming from, so this is where it gets a little more technical speaking about this book as a whole. So because it's focused on the abstract concept of dreaming and the ideas that we have on dreaming from scientific research and the like, that's where Chelsey gets this idea to do short stories, all based within a dream realm, I should say. But each story has a slightly different setting for each narrative, because everyone who dreams is in the dream realm, but they're all, it's like, imagine, I'm just not having this in my head, imagine you're in a room full of people wearing, noise canceling headphones, listening to different music across all those headphones. They're all dancing and everyone's having a great time, but they're all listening to different music. They're all going to a different beats, yet somehow it makes sense what they're all doing is dancing to music. So no one dreams the same dream in any of these short stories, but they all connect to each other still. It's kind of mind-blowing, to be honest. I don't know how she did it, but I'm still trying to get my head around how everything fits together. And that's kind of why words are hard right now, to figure out like how to explain it without, yeah. And I probably should have taken a day after I read it to think through all my thoughts. But guys, I'm so excited about this book. I can't wait to see what she does next. Y'all will have to let me know what you think about this concept of dreaming. Like, what are your thoughts? What do you dream about? Oh, and also let me know if this book sounds of interest to you. And if you guys do read it, you'll have to let me know what you think. As always, you can find me on social media. You can message me there, comments on this episode. And let me know what you guys think of this book when you read it, if you read it. I think you guys should definitely add this to your TBR list. I know they never shrink, they always grow. But it's totally worth it, guys. I highly recommend. I thoroughly enjoyed each and every storyline in this book, and I really cannot wait to see what Chelsey Knight does next. But yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys today. Consider subscribing and following me, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks!
And yeah, the inspirations to write a book like this were many and multiple. I grew up with lots of fantasy books, like Harry Potter, A Wrinkle in Time, Cinderella, and other fairy tale stories. My favorite movie, if, you haven't already guessed, is Inception. There are so many great ideas and stories everywhere and in anything. You just have to find them and learn from them to create something unique to call your own, which sounds cheesy, I know, but trust me, learning from the experts is one surefire way of becoming one yourself.
And don't we all wish we were experts at everything? Now, Chelsey, I think I've heard you say or imply that you've made this book to act as a guide for traversing through the dream world. Now, is it really something that would be possible? How did you imagine this book could be used by the readers?
Yeah, so this guide will be super helpful to anyone new or returning who is interested in traveling and exploring the dream world. Though it'll be slightly different for everyone. As in, not the same as the world that I wrote about, but it exists for every and all dreamers. We have opened the gates and welcome every soul who stumbles upon us.
Well, good news for the dreamers, I guess. And I think that about does it for our time today, Chelsey. Did you have anything else you'd like to say to your fans, or, excuse me, the dreamers out there?
To my fans, just remember who you are. It can be very easy to lose yourself to the fantasies that have been created around you, especially the ones created specifically for you. You may not know where you're going right now or where you'll end up, but if you listen carefully, and I mean carefully, you'll be able to find your way around. Can't you hear what's happening now? Shh. Listen. What's that noise?
Oh, hello. I see you made it all the way to the end credits. Fantastic. I hope you enjoyed what you listened to, and here's all the people that I wanted to give a small thank you to in my appreciation. Firstly, I want to thank my friends and family for their support and lending me their voices and feedback. I couldn't have done this without y'all. Thank you to Stephen Miller, who voiced Alex Blosomdale. Thank you to Morgan Bruhn, who voiced Chelsey Knight. I'd also like to thank my mom for the fun voicemail greeting. And thank you again, listener, for listening all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. And one last bit before I go, if you liked what you listened to, please consider following, subscribing, and or liking this podcast on whatever platform you're listening to. You can find it on Instagram at WHIAD Podcast, and find me, Megan the Creator, at The Mythical Book Dragon everywhere else. And don't forget to spread the word. Thanks. See you guys next time.